All right, Shalom. First and foremost, give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Kodash. Don't want the elders and apostle, great millstone who rule well. He worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace citation to brothers out there pushing the truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. All right, this brother from Indiana camp come back at you again with another sit down to basically talk about this new app called Earning, which basically is just technology that's already prophesied and that's already in the scriptures. All right, so this Earning app basically lets you cash out as soon as you clock out of work. All right, which is basically giving your hourly page that you worked that day right there in your hand. And people saying that's so convenient, that's better payment. Just really, they're actually saying the way the scriptures say to pay a man is the best way, which we always say, of course, because that's why the Lord put it in the scriptures, man, because that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, because that's actually basically just another sign of showing that us coming back into power, man. Everything is lining up with the scriptures, man. All right.
We're gonna go ahead. Now I was gonna say we're gonna play this video and then.
Go ahead.
In the hole, we're just kind of waiting to get paid. So why can't we just get paid after we do the work? Isn't that like what we're supposed to do?
That would be ideal.
Well, you use the Earning app, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's an app where you can actually use the money you have as you earn it.
So how do they know that you worked 8 hours or 10 hours and that this is how much money you were supposed to get paid?
Okay.
And so they give it to you.
All right, so I'll explain it.
It's kind of...
So you link your bank account to the app. It monitors when you get paid, how much you get paid, when you travel to and from work. It'll monitor your location, so it'll know you're actually at work. It'll know how long you're there and when you leave, and then your earnings will be entered into the Earning app at the end of the day.
That sounds pretty genius.
So it's kind of
I kind of wish I would have came up with that.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's user friendly. It's not hard to use. I can just use my fingerprint to verify. Nobody else can get into my account. Set a password.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about it also is like there are no fees. The company itself doesn't charge fees, but to kind of keep the whole system going, it relies on the community. So you get to pay it forward. So you can tip for the next person, and that person will tip for the next person, and it's a system that kind of relies on itself. It gives the power back to the community, to the people who are actually earning the money. That's pretty.
So yeah, man, that's basically the app pays you as you as it it basically registrates you going to work, how long you're there for, leaving. Now I'm not 100% sure that is this gonna work with every job, because jobs like mine's is constantly moving back and moving throughout the day. So I'm not 100% sure if this will work specifically for me, but brothers that work, with people that work at one designated area, they'll go there. The app will, I guess, with GPS it see that you're there for 5, 6, 7 hours, and then when you're starting to leave, I guess it'll think you clocked out or stopped, and it'll give you basically it'll give you the option to get the money that you made there right then and there. So, and then they'll just take it out your paycheck later on. So that's literally clearly into scriptures, which we're going to get into right now.
All right, we got this is Tobit. 14 is the point. I'm gonna start at 13 though. He said, Tobit 4 and 13. He said, "Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, and sons and daughters of thy people." He said, and not taking a wife of them, for in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want, for lewdness is the mother of famine. Verse 14, let not the wages of any man which hath wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give him it out of hand. For if thou serve the power, he will also repay thee, and be circumspect, my son, in all things thou doest, and be wise in all thy conversation. All right, it said, let not the wages of any man which hath wrought for thee tarry. Okay, so when the man works for his earnings, when he works for you, you don't supposed to withhold that man's earnings. You're supposed to give it to him before the sun go down. Is that what you get?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, kind of. Okay, you're supposed to a man if he works by the sweat of his brow in that morning, that was part of what Adam's curse. Man's about to has to till and work by the sweat of his brow. Okay, before the sun goes down, he's supposed to have his wages in his hand, man. Esau is wicked, man. He withholds your wages, and then certain jobs withhold a whole week back for your pay. And you know how the bills don't stop coming, man. They stack up. Okay? So you have to, our statutes and laws, man, are set in place for a reason. All right? And this man does what? He said the turning of everything, things upside down is seen as the potter's clay. This man turns everything against us, works against us, because why? Because of the perpetual hatred he has for Jake. Okay? And he already know they had maybe 150 years head start on everything. They are in power. All right, but he wants to. What did they say? If a thief would just steal the grapes, will he not leave some? This motherfucker cracker, he'll steal the grapes, man, and then send a team of people go out and stomp on what's left. To stomp on him, because he's the great waster, man. Wasted away is he. That's his name. Okay? Did you find it?
I think I did. Hold
on. Come. Well, I got something else if you're still looking. All right, this is this is Leviticus 19:11. He said, it said, ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. Verse 12. He said, and ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shall thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. This is the point. Verse 13. He said, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. See? So you're supposed to pay a man, but when he works his 8 hours, 4 hours, whatever hours that he works, that man should be paid that money before the sun goes down. Okay? Now here's the app that Esau done, and they got Jake promoted it, because they know Jake is always in the tights, man. they brought out years ago. They brought out these wicked ass usury facilities like title loans, what else? Payday loans. Where they charge you a fee. They'll give you your money earlier, and then they'll charge you a fee for it. All right, go ahead, son.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 14. It says, thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brother or of the stranger.
Hey, go up again.
It says, thou shalt not oppress
Thou shalt not oppress a hired. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Esau does. That's oppression. You go to a title loan place, your account is about to overdraft, and then you need milk for your baby. And you forced to go to the payday loan place. They're gonna be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna give you $100 and you pay us $40 back. Get the fuck out of here. Now when you get your check that Friday, you owe $150 out already. All right, go ahead.
Whether he be of thy brother or thy stranger that are in the land with thy gates, at this day thou shalt give him his hire. Neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee, unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee. All right, it says, and I'm gonna go back to verse 15. It says, at this day thou shalt give him his hire, right? Which means what? You give him his pay, what he basically worked for that day. It says, neither shall the sun go down upon it, which means what? You're not supposed to let that sun go down. You're supposed to send him home, and he just has to wait to get his pay, man. It says, for he is poor, which means poor means lives day by day, man. All right, we Elder Apostle Gabar are basically poor is a person that's I'm gonna look up the word poor. It basically poor, afflicted, humble, wretched, poor, needy. All right, which means what? He worked, so he needed that day, man. All right, it says, and setteth his heart upon it, which means what? He was looking for that paycheck, man. He was looking for the money he was making, man. All right, anybody that goes to work, looks for that looks for to get some money right then and there, man. If you work, all right. He set of his heart upon it. Least he cry against unto the Lord, which means what? He's gonna cry to the Lord, saying, "Man, Lord, man, he might send up curses on you,
Yeah,
man."
right.
It says, "And it be a sin unto thee," which means, yeah, see, it be a sin unto you, man. All right. So you're supposed to pay a man, whatever work that he did. If he did a little work, you pay him. Hey, well, you only did this done. I said I'll give you this much if the whole job gets done, but you only did this much. That means you only get this much today.
Right.
You know, oh, you did a lot of work, so hey, you just got how much ever you look at the wages, and and then guess what? That also gives that also what that does, man. That also gives that person the freedom if he wants to see, oh man, this guy on some BS, man. He got me doing some impossible work for this little bit of pay. No, I'm finna go find something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people have that, man. Sometimes people, you'll look at the job, you think the job is cool, and then you'll be doing the job, and then you'll see your wages at the end, be like, man, this is some bullshit. I'm doing all this work, I'm doing all this hard labor listing, and this dude short of my wages. Nah, man, I'm gone.
Gone. Yep. And that goes falls back into unrighteous decrees, man.
Yeah, that's why it says oppress. That's why I said at the beginning, oppress
right.
not a servant, man. That's oppression.
Right. That's right. I got something to back you up. This is Jeremiah 22:13. He said, "Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work." That's Esau, man. You got all of these temp agencies in Indianapolis. You can work for temp agencies, and the reason why they let you work for these temp agencies is because they don't have to have insurance on you. You know what I'm saying? They can work you for they'll give you $12 an hour, but they'll work you these grueling hours, man, a hard ass job. You know what I'm saying? But Jake be working them, but it puts wear and tear on your body. You breaking yourself down. You know what I'm saying? You make this little bit of money, man, and then you find out that you make these earnings, man, and you go home and hey, what did it say? Haggai? It's like working and putting it in a bag with holes in it.
Yep.
All right, because you know what? That's why we're supposed to labor, man, and pray to ask Yahweh Hashem to give us our daily bread.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's basically being poor.
Yeah. And Elder put up a little script, a book that he an interesting book. I can't quote it verbatim. He put it in the group, and it was saying. Well, I think it's to the point of not how to be rich or how to. I'm not gonna quote it because I really don't know the name of it. But anyway, the prosperity doctrine is what these Christian churches, man, have ran away with. Because Jake's whole thing is to try to make it here in America, man. But guess what? The blessings and the blessings have already been set in place for you. And the brother brought out an interesting point, man, in GroupMe. All of these blessings are in place for you, man, because all you have to do, man, is follow the statute, laws, and commandment. You know what I'm saying? And get that scripture. Yahweh Shai is the one that maketh the rich and maketh the poor. All right, because in discipline, man, it's a discipline. The brother had brought out a point. The elder from Dallas camp had brought out a point, man. It's like a math equation. Also, Elder Ayash had brought out, man, it's almost like a math equation, man. Okay, you serve Yahweh Shai, man. You got faith, and you're in order, and you're following the statute, laws, and commandment. That's a discipline. Discipline, man, follows. Only thing that can come from discipline, man, is good. You know what I'm saying? If your car is well oiled and you got your car running A1, what can happen to it? It cannot happen to it but an accident. But as far as that motor being running sufficiently, nothing's gonna stop. That motor's not gonna stop. It's well-oiled machine. Okay? Let me get this real quick. This is Job 36:10. He said, "He openeth." I'm gonna read up at 9. He said, "Then he showeth their work. Then he showeth them their work and their transgressions, that they exceeded. He openeth also their ears to discipline, and commandeth that they return from iniquity." All right. So if you doing what Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai purposed you to do, nothing can help, nothing will follow, man. But good. The scriptures in Second Corinthians, one of my favorite scriptures, 2 Corinthians 13:6, I think. Say you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. All right, so only thing can gain from that you doing things for the truth, man, is prosperity. He said, I pray that you prosper as your soul prosper. Okay, so long as you're not laboring to be rich in this society, man, money is a defense, man. All right, so when you work your wages, man, you're expected to be paid for that. All right, whether you pay your bills and then invest your money into something else to make a little earnings on the side, man, that money's supposed to make a return to you. Whatever you sow, man, should come back to you. What did he say? Sevenfold? All right, you got something?
The Samuel you call for.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 7. It says, the Lord maketh the rich. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and he setteth up.
So, hey, Yahweh Shai is the one to do these things, man. So, hey, seek ye first the kingdom, and all else should be added unto you. All right, so we don't labor to be rich. But when you're in discipline, when you're in order, when you're doing the things you're supposed to do, damn, I got another scripture about wages. When you're doing the things you're supposed to do, what was I gonna say? Obedient servant, man. Things follow. All right. When you have a dog, man, and you teaching your dog tricks or teaching your dog how to do something, when he does those commands on point like that, man, you reward him. So how much more Yahweh Shai is going to reward his servants, man? Even though our bigger reward is in heaven, which we set up our treasures up in heaven. All right, but hey, we're looking to get what? We get paid for our wages, man, for doing the work for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Our wages are just set in heaven. All right, but everything in the order has already been set down here on earth, man. On this wicked ass kingdom, it's been set. And Esau, he's disciplined, man. He's disciplined in his unrighteousness. All right, go ahead. You got something else?
Nah.
Okay.
Basically, I would just look at the word earning or earned. It just basically means reward.
Con. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Reward, pay, yeah, harvest.
Right. Okay. This is John.
What you looking for?
Okay, this is John 4:36. He said, and he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. Right, man, because we're going to rejoice with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because he sold this truth into the kingdom, into he sold this truth into his elect. All right, which we're the ones that's out there that's sowing. You know, Yahweh Shai has laid the seed, man, and we're building on that foundation. All right. All right, in verse 37, he said, and herein is that saying true. One soweth and another reapeth. He said, I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed to labor. Other men's labor, and ye are entered into that laborers. Right, because the prophets that have been of old, man, have already laid through after Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The other prophets that laid before it, and which we're still with them, we're walking. It's like you're walking in the same path, in the same footsteps. That's what creates a path. The same footsteps going through the same motions, man. It sets a path. All right. With that, we're gonna close. We hope the elect was edified. We give our praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles who rule, who's worthy of double honors. Peace and blessings to Akim that's out there laboring in truth, laboring in this truth, risking your lives, man, for the love of the gospel. You Aquas that's laboring in silence and whatever Yahweh Shai may find your hands to do. All right, shalom.
And shalom.